Ladies and gentlemen, the Newton Nomadic Theater presents Story Slam.
Buy my book. All right, now we've gotten the commercial part of the talk over. And actually, Far From Home is an interesting talk to me because I'm never far from home. I don't go on adventures like David. I mean, when I was dealing with bombs, it was the 50s, so you could watch the tests on the TV. And my approach was somewhat different from David's. I became a nuclear physicist because I figured if there are going to be nuclear bombs falling, I'd rather be a drop R than a drop E. Okay, but then my life changed, my interests changed. I figured out I wasn't going to get a Nobel Prize. I went into finance and economics and statistics and all that stuff. And I ended up in Boston. And about 20 years ago, I was down on the Cape with my kids, and I decided I would write a book. Now, what kind of book? Well, I believe in airplane reading, trash, the kind of book you pick up at Hudson News, you read it on the plane, you finish it in the hotel room, when you leave the room, you throw it in the trash. All right, that's my kind of book, boy. And I read a lot of them, and I figured, well, where is, as Jerry said, all hell breaking loose? And the answer is the Middle East. So I started writing the book, and then I got fairly far into it, and then life intervened. I raised my children, I put them through college, I put them through medical school, and there's half a manuscript sort of sat there, but then, thank God, my business went in the toilet. And I'm sitting around, and I got nothing to do, and I said, well, the only way to maintain my sanity is to write. So I picked the manuscript up, and this is the horrible thing. Nothing had changed. It was exactly the same situation. I had to change a couple of names. Outside of that, boy, it's all the same. And I'm an equal opportunity son of a bitch. I hate everybody. So I really don't have, one set of heroes. It isn't evil Arabs and good Jews. It's evil Jews and evil Arabs. It's good stuff, Everybody's bad. But I want to talk a little bit about the process of writing a novel. And, I've written before. I wrote a classic textbook on the regulatory economics of title insurance, still available on Amazon. Make excellent stocking stuffers. It's a classic book, but it's not exactly a page-turner. Although I made my wife proofread it 4 times, poor soul. But when you think about the trash, right, that you pick up, what makes trash good trash? And the answer is it's not just plot. Jung said there are 5 stories. Boy gets girl, girl gets boy misses with girl misses with boy kills father. Those are sort of the 5 stories. So you really can't get a book out of one of those storylines. What makes it work is the detail. You think about the trash that you read, and don't deny you read it. Oh, yes, you do. What makes it good? You like it because it has detail. All right? Now, I'm not one for adventure. To me, adventure is throwing your life in the scales of chance and waiting for the pointer to stop. Not me, boy. I try and stay away from places where 100 million people are trying to kill me. This is my approach to the world. So I haven't traveled to the Middle East. On the other hand, that's where the action is. It's Willie Sutton. What is Rob Banks? Where the money is. Same thing. We want to write a thriller and go where the thrills are, even if you don't personally aren't too big on the thrills. But I know that when I'm writing this book, I have got to get the details in. Now, the book takes place in New York, in Washington, in Israel, in Saudi Arabia, a little bit in Pakistan. Now, how do you handle that kind of problem if you aren't a world traveler? You solve it the easy way, the web. It turns out you can get all the detail you want on anything if you were the king of Google. You want pictures of the inside of the palace in Saudi Arabia? I got pictures. You want pictures of the Grand Mosque in Mecca? Also got pictures. Any kind of thing you want to get. Now, the only downside to this approach, it works quite well. I think it's a good book. But it works well because a lot of it has to do with the military. So I have spent a fair amount of time on the web getting specifications for anti-tank rockets, guided missiles, nuclear weapons, and I am convinced that one of these days, since the NSA obviously has all this stuff, the guys in black helmets with black Kevlar vests are going to be knocking on my door. I've told Sally, as soon as this happens, call my lawyer. Not that that'll do me much good in this situation. I will end up in, the bowels of something in the middle of Utah, the bottom of the NSA building, while they hit me with rubber hoses. But so far it hasn't happened. And I've taken a lot away from this experience, okay? I haven't been to these places, but I know them. I can smell them. I can see them. Which means that in my head, which at the end of the day is the only thing that really counts, to quote from Johnny Cash, I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.